Hi, everybody. I'm Barbara Schwartz, Chief Magic Maker at AccuWeight Loss the Beat Diet, and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live. I'm here to help you with your weight loss and weight maintenance and to answer your questions. So bring them on. We're here to help. There's no such thing as a stupid question, so ask away and know that we're here to help you. That's our pleasure and our privilege. So I thank you for joining us. So I'm going to start with some shout outs to some of our clients who I've been in touch. Hi, Doc Gabby. Thank you. And Heather, it was nice speaking to you earlier today. It's always nice to see some of our same faces and names every week. And I have to tell you, it's been such a pleasure for me to get the feedback I'm hearing from our offices and from our AccuWeight Online clients, that even if you're not attending here live, how many of you are watching these videos after the fact, and our quick tips and our weekly tips from both myself and my father, Dr. Schwartz. It means the world to us to get that feedback, because that's the motivation for us to be here for you, right? We want to be making a difference for you. So thank you for your feedback. That really helps us. And again, it's our privilege to be here helping you. So thank you. Hi. Just a quick shout out to some of you that I've spoken to this week, to John and Stacy, Lori and Susan. Hi, Debbie, Anthony, Sterny, Heather, Hayal, and Kalpana. Hi to Wendy and Andrew, to Ray, and to some of our new clients. Hi to Kayla and Anna and Lauren and Susan and Oliver. So welcome to the AccuWeight family. There are many others of you, and many who go to offices that I don't get to meet. So welcome to the AccuWeight family, and that's something you should really know. I mean, this to us is a real family, and each client that joins us is really joining the AccuWeight family, and it's a growing family that we love very much. And if you're not already part of it, our wonderful Facebook support group, it is, in Facebook terms, it's a secret group. So the only way to join is when you're an active client. Go to the website, and under members, you will see a link for support. You do need to fill out the form and submit it. Those are Facebook rules. And then you get an email invite welcoming you into the group. We have hundreds and hundreds, I think it's close to 500 active members right now that are on the Facebook group. We have many more active members that are not necessarily in the group, but we have 500 active members now, and that's growing. And it's an incredible supportive group of people. Hi, Lisa. It's a great group of people, and it's a great way to connect with others on the AccuWeight journey. And many of our clients who are on stabilization and on maintenance do stay active members as well. It inspires them as part of their maintenance, and they love to pay it forward to the others on the journey. It's a great way to share recipes, support, talk about challenges and triumphs, and hear from people all over the world. So I also want to say hello to some of our international clients. Hello to Carol in Singapore. Hi to Alan and Jennifer in Australia. We are in many countries. Through AccuWeight Online, you don't need to be near an office. If you live in a city, but the time that is near an office, but the times aren't good for you, or if you live somewhere in the United States or anywhere around the world and you're interested in losing weight or detoxing, but losing weight fast and healthy, AccuWeight can help through AccuWeight Online. We're able to send your supplies to you, and with our proprietary algorithm, we can calculate your acupressure points with precision, and you're able to participate in the plan long distance. We have a wonderful team of people supporting you via email, phone, text, and these days, I spoke to Carol in Singapore just last night via WhatsApp. Sometimes we do FaceTime calls, but I'll tell you, if you're international, is at 2 in the morning if I'm speaking to you, there's no makeup and I'm in my pajamas, but I'm happy to do that call. So we're here to support you. We're here and we're on your team. And we love working with you in the office, but we also love working with all of you online. So remember that that's always an option as well. But, that's, again, and we're very excited about, we launched a new online portal that allows our clients to put in weight logs, calculate their own acupoints. There's actually a journal, so if you're somebody who likes to write, you can actually journal about your weight loss journey. A lot of people find that helpful. There's easy access to recipes and to, again, the support group. And not quite functional yet, but we're very close. You'll be able to download your statements and invoices. So when you need it for, I should mention, we are flexible spending friendly. So if those of you don't know, most flexible spending accounts will reimburse for Acuvate loss, or you can use your flexible spending card if you have one to pay for it. And so it becomes a pre-tax savings. And so you will be able, for tax purposes and things, by the end of the year, download your statements. And there's also going to be an online food log if you want to track what you're eating each day. So we're adding more and more functionality, and we'd love to hear from all of you with your ideas, with your feedback, both positive and constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is how we make things better. These online portals are here for you to simplify your journey and put you in the driver's seat. So never be shy if there's something you think we can do better. We want to hear about it because we're here for you. So definitely reach out. And I also, with that note, want to also thank all of you for your testimonials, your referrals. Best compliment we can get is when you communicate with us, when you share your success with your friends and your loved ones and your coworkers. Lately, we're getting a lot of coworker referrals, and that's kind of fun. It's kind of par for the course if you see loved ones and friends, but it's really, really interesting when we're getting coworker after coworker in an office environment doing it together. It's kind of fun. But know that's, sometimes your coworkers really do want to know what's going on, and they really appreciate hearing about how you've gotten your success, because it's something they want too. And with eating noon to 6, a lot of us are doing this at work. So when you've got the support of coworkers and they're doing it too, it actually makes your weight loss journey simpler. And as a reminder, we do have a referral program, and you can use it now to tack on to a weight loss plan you're currently on, or you can bank it for the future for a tune-up week. I've got several women who are currently getting married, and they're doing their weight loss plan now, and they're banking their referral weeks to do a little tune-up right before their wedding. That's, again, our thank you to you for your referrals. It's how we keep our costs down. We don't advertise. You guys are having success, and as you refer to us, we're able to keep paying it forward and keep our costs down, and therefore keeping our pricing down. So we thank you for thinking of us and sharing your success with others. So thank you for that. I want to do some shout outs because we've had some really fun successes. We do hear things every week, but I want to shout out to Debbie, who's actually leaving for London tonight. So I don't know if she's going to see this, but she told me today she is down. She actually said, I don't care what the scale says, because you know what? 2 dresses I've been dying to fit into, they fit this week. So I was able to pack them and take them with me on this London trip. So congratulations, Debbie. That's always really exciting for us. And enjoy how amazing you're going to look and feel in those dresses. That's fabulous. Tracy, thank you so much, because you shared photos. You actually made this week's recipe of the week, and you shared photos on the secret group, and it looked absolutely delicious. So great job. I want to come over to your house because I'm not that good at cook. So it looked fabulous, and thank you for sharing your photos. And to another Tracy that's currently on the program who shared that her pants are falling off. How awesome is that? That's what it's all about, right? I like to say it's not about the scale. It's all about the fashion. I love that as all of you are losing your weight and burning that fat, and you're losing the inches, I watch the fashion shows. I love how everybody starts wearing their favorite outfits or starts to go shopping, and they get more colorful. They're wearing more interesting clothing, and you can see the confidence when people walk in a room. I just love that about this program. We're transforming our bodies and feeling great, and it shows when we enter a room, and it shows how we get dressed in the morning. So Tracy, thank you for sharing that and putting a really big smile on my face, because I was just picturing those pants falling off. So how fun is that? Wendy, thank you for sharing. She sent photos of ingredients she used to make a fresh marinara sauce that she put on zucchini noodles. And the vegetables that she shared were from her personal garden. And she went to her local farmer's market. So she cooked from the two of those. And it just looked so fresh and so delicious and so inspiring. So remember, yeah, you can go to any local market. But if you have a chance to grow things in your backyard, that's fun too. So there's lots of creative ways to grow your fruits and vegetables. So be creative and use those recipes and keep the new ones coming. We always welcome new recipes, as do I know all of our clients currently on the plan. So when you do make something new, remember to share the recipe with us and make sure to snap a photo with your phone before you eat your yummy new creation. Linda, congratulations on completing a 20-mile bike ride and being down 40 pounds. She shared with us that she actually hasn't ridden a bike for more than 7 miles in years, and she did a 20-mile ride. That's awesome. And it just shows you losing some weight. It gives you all this energy when you're detoxing. And even for something like cycling, running, walking, every 1 pound you lose is 5 pounds of pressure off your knees. So think about that. Being 40 pounds down, that's 200 pounds of pressure that you've taken off your knees. And that probably made a really big deal for you when you went cycling. So congratulations. That's a really, really awesome milestone. And I could tell you're feeling proud, and you earned that. So just keep up the great work, and kudos to you. Barbara, who shared her awesome cauliflower and vegetable rice recipe. It's actually at our website. She did share that recipe with us, and it is at the website. The recipe page, as a reminder, does have an ingredient search. So if you'd like to find Barbara's cauliflower and vegetable rice recipe, just type in cauliflower, and it'll be one of the recipes that pops up. And she did share in the secret group. She made it again this week, and it again looked absolutely yummy. We might actually, if it's okay with you, share that photo as well. But again, keep up the great work. And Barbara also shared she is down 29 pounds in 4.5 weeks. Awesome. Last but not least, I want to shout out to Meyer. Meyer, who was here this week and was so skeptical joining AccuWeight. He is down 20 pounds in just 2 weeks. He's absolutely transformed his face. His belly is significantly reduced. One of the reasons we do photos, like day 1, day 15, day 30 in our offices, is to be able, we lose the body fat. Again, here comes my favorite, pound of fat. We're promising you 15 pounds of fat every month. When you lose 15 of these, it's a major visual transformation. And it's happening so quickly, it's really hard to remember what we looked like before. So taking photos for yourself, it's really, really important, and being able to see them side by side. I use a free app on my iPhone called PicStitch. There are many free apps out there to do collages. Take photos. If you're doing it as AccuWeight Online, do it at home. If you're going to your office, remember to ask somebody to take your photos, or take them at home yourself. But when you're starting your journey, I was talking to, as I mentioned, Carol in Singapore last night, said, I forgot to take my photos, and I'm a few weeks into this. But you're not at goal yet. And that's a conversation she and I had last night. If you're not at goal yet, so take your photos today. You're still going to have a big transformation between now and whenever you finish. So you'll know, okay, it was day 20 on the program. But so what? If you still have 15, 20 pounds to lose, you're still got a month from now, you're going to look different. So embrace it, take those photos, and take a look. 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. We suggest every 2 weeks because you'll really see a transformation every 2 weeks. But at minimum, I would take them once a month. Again, head spinning for yourself, because especially if you're not at goal yet and you've got further to go, often we're just looking ahead at the goal and we might see how much time is ahead of us. But it's really important to see what you've accomplished. And I have to tell you, the look on Meyer's face when he saw his photos side by side, I think it brought tears to his eyes as well as mine. And I was just so incredibly touched. He said, "Can I send those to my wife right now? Is that okay? Can I do it right now?" It's like, absolutely. It was a really special moment, and it just reminded me how important those photos are. And I just also have to share, again, where our heads are when we start this journey versus how much we learn. I like to call this AccuWeight University. We're here to learn about ourselves, our bodies, our relationship with food, so that when we do get to our goal, we're able to actually make life changes because of what we learned. And we're able to bring back our favorite foods, and we're able to maintain eating our favorite foods because we also learned something. And we often learn a lot. The favorite phrase that came from Meyer for me was, salad is an introduction to steak. It's a real tease to be eating salad and know there's nothing coming after it. And that was his attitude in the first week. And now 20 pounds down, he said, "Oh my gosh, I have learned so much. And I'm drinking electrolyte enhanced water, and that's really changed my world." He said, "My wife and I work with trainers, and we didn't realize how we were actually dehydrated all the time. And that's something we're going to continue doing, is using our electrolyte water. And thank you for that. And you've made me realize I just was overeating all the time. And I can enjoy my foods in smaller quantities, and that's good too." So again, congratulations, Meyer, because really awesome, and I loved your learning journey that you shared. And that's for a lot of people. Again, this is about learning and taking it forward with you. If you want to change your world, you got to make some changes. That doesn't mean they can't be enjoyable changes, but change is required to make a difference, right? If they say you're doing the same thing over and over, if it's not working for you, make a change. So again, congratulations to all of you. You're working hard, and we're all human. Don't be beating yourself up if you had a cheat, if you had, I'll call a detour. Just get back on the wagon. And if you're struggling, reach out to the AccuWeight team. We've got our online chat. We're on email. We're on text. We're on the phone. We are here for you. Don't ever be shy. We're not here to judge you. We're here to support and help you to get to your goal and beyond. We like to say, let's cross that finish line and then let's stay there, right? So crossing the finish line and beyond. We're here to help and see you to that success. Kind of mentioned that a few minutes ago is, do you get more excited about losing the inches or losing the pounds? I like to say it's not about the scale, it's all about the fashion. It's all about the inches. But you guys spoke, and 64% said it's the scale that gets them excited. And I understand that. I'm a little surprised, but I get it. Our society has raised us that, the scale tells us what's going on. And it's amazing how many people will get on the scale in the morning, and that will actually set the tone for their day. So I do understand that. Big suggestion there. If you haven't seen it, it is one of my quick tips. If you haven't seen my weekly quick tips, if you look on the website under the program, you'll see a link for FAQs and tips for success. So you'll find my quick tips there. And one of them is what I call one of my favorite water exercises. To understand the relativity of the scale, take a 1 liter bottle of water and get on the scale holding it. And while you watch the number on the scale, put the water down and watch the impact of 1 liter of water leaving your body. It's really impactful to see the numbers shift just by holding a bottle of water and then putting it down. We can talk about things, but it's experience that helps us learn. So again, I say the scale is a really important measuring tool, and it is a really good piece of information, but it is not the be-all, end-all. It doesn't tell the whole story. So keep in mind when you're getting on the scale, and if it's not reading the number that you expect it to, instead of letting it affect your day, think about the other factors. And that's a learning that I'd like a lot of you to embrace, is that the scale, it's just telling you part of the story, but again, it doesn't know if you moved your bowel. If you're a woman, it doesn't know if you have a menstrual cycle or if you're ovulating. It doesn't know how much sodium you had. It doesn't know what the weather is. So it just doesn't know all things. Also with the scale, a client said to me today, how come I weighed in the morning and I weighed a few hours later and I didn't really eat anything yet, but I weighed more? When we wake up first thing in the morning, usually we roll out of bed and we urinate. That is our lowest weight of the day, typically. And that is because while we're sleeping, we're not consuming anything, and we actually are getting dehydrated. Then we roll out of bed and we urinate and we eliminate the toxins. And now if we get on the scale, it's the lowest amount of fluid that we will have in our body all day. And we just talked about the impact of water to the scale. So the lowest weight of the day is first thing in the morning. And believe it or not, gravity does play a part. As we progress through the day, gravity pulls us closer to the earth, and we do way more later in the day just from pure gravity. So again, the scale is all relative, and again, good measuring tool, but not the be-all, end-all. So don't put all of your emotions and don't put all of your success or lack thereof on the scale. The clothes are going to tell you a lot, how your body feels, how your clothes are fitting. So that's a big part. So let's get into some of our Q&A, the questions that got sent in. Now, as a reminder, we will share whatever information we have or things that we think are hot topics or that have been asked to us during the week. But we love hearing from you. I don't get to see all of you in person or talk to you on the phone. We have many, many more clients than I interact with personally on a daily basis. But we do want to answer your questions, and we are here for you. So email, text, live chat, come onto the Facebook group, or come onto our Facebook page, or private message us. We're here to answer your questions, and many people will have similar questions to you. So if you ask it and we answer it here online, we're just helping someone who may not have even thought of the question yet. So don't be shy. We welcome the questions. We've developed a lot of skills while working at AccuWeight, but mind reading is not one of them. So if you have questions, please, please, please ask. And even if it's been asked before, you're not bothering us, ask again or ask differently. And even if somebody else asked it, other people need to hear it. So it's really okay, and it's our pleasure to be answering your questions. So can I do the program for a month, take a month off because I'm going away or I'm on vacation, and then return to the program after? The answer is yes. There's never a problem taking a break from the program and returning later on. And there are different ways to do that, so it's always worth consulting with your AccuWeight team member or anybody on our team, because sometimes it makes sense to actually stabilize the body depending how much time you're taking off. I have some clients, especially if they have a lot of weight to lose, some people will do their program straight through and lose all the weight. But some people will be on the program for 3 months, stabilize, and go through stabilization, enjoy maintenance for a while, and then they'll return several months later to resume the weight loss again. So sometimes it makes sense to stabilize. If you're going, I was talking to somebody today who's getting married. So she's going to do the program for several weeks. We're going to take a break for the wedding. And after that, she can resume. So there's no need to go through stabilization to take off a week or two. But you want to have some guidelines so that you're not gaining weight while you're off the program. But again, our guidelines, call them vacation guidelines, business trip guidelines. They're here to help and give you a benchmark to start with to help you not gain weight. But there are no taboos, and there's no such thing as cheating when you're on vacation or business travel protocol. The guidelines were designed to help, not to restrict. So know that they're there for your assistance, but not your restraint. So always reach out to us for guidelines and for assistance, and to answer, again, questions about things like that. But again, no problem doing the program for a while and taking a break. The only time I suggest putting off starting is if you're traveling in a week or less, then it's not worth starting. If you've got less than 7 to 10 days to be on the program before going away, especially if you've not done it before or you haven't done it recently, a quick tune-up week before vacation is wonderful. But other than that, if you've got a real weight loss journey ahead of you and you want to lose 15 pounds or more, I don't suggest doing it for 5 to 7 days. Then I would put it off until after you get back so that you get the best, quote-unquote, bang for your buck. I will say it is a very popular thing to do before vacation, is to do a tune-up week or two. I've got one client who she's been maintaining for years, and she says, "You'll always know when I'm going on vacation because you are my pre-vacation destination." And she'll always show up a week or two before her vacation to do a little tune-up. And she says, "I always feel better in my bikini if I just did a little tune-up before I go away." And she said, too, put some wiggle room in my back pocket so that I know I'll probably put on a couple pounds because I like to indulge on vacation. So if I lose the weight before I even go away, I don't have to worry about it when I'm away because then I'm fine. I'm back to where I started when I get back. So there are different strategies for handling it, but I love that expression that she makes AccuWeight her pre-vacation destination. So I think that's kind of fun. Milk days are easy, but veggie days are tough. Can I juice? And I also had a new client who said to me, "I love my green juices. Can I juice?" The answer is yes, you can juice. However, one of the benefits of the detox is the fiber that's used to clean out your intestines naturally. And when we do juice, we are losing a lot of that natural fiber is being broken down when we put it in the blender. So it's okay to do it on occasion. And the other thing is, on dairy days, there's not a lot to chew. And, we have teeth. We want to chew. So if you're juicing on veggie days and you're drinking liquids on dairy days and dairy alternative days, you might get really frustrated and find yourself cheating. So again, a little bit of juicing here and there, not a problem. I just wouldn't make it the primary way to enjoy your vegetables. Remember, there are a lot of vegetables to choose from and a lot of wonderful recipes, and we all have different tastes. So if you don't conventionally like vegetables, reach out to us. Sometimes when we learn the tastes and your favorite things, we'll come up with different ideas. Remember, there are things like the Singota flour. You can make the Indian pancakes. Now, Stacy, thank you, using that Singota flour has made eggplant meatballs. There are different pastas you can use, spaghetti squash, you can use miracle noodles, you can use zucchini or other kind of spiraled noodles from vegetables, kelp noodles. So there's lots of variety in that. Again, things like squashes taste along the lines of sweet potatoes. They're not as starchy, so they're all allowed. Avocado is wonderful, guacamole, portobello mushrooms. So there's, and those have a very meaty, hearty taste. And sometimes mixing it up with the right seasonings is going to totally change the flavor of a dish that you're making. So if you're struggling finding things that you enjoy, or you're getting a little bored because you're eating the same thing all the time, reminder, we have over 500 recipes at our website. So, and we do have an ingredient search. So if you do love one particular vegetable, but you're looking for variety, type that vegetable name into the ingredient search and look for some alternative recipes that can mix it up a little, or try some seasonings that are different than what you're used to. Again, we're starting to learn lots of new spices from clients who are from Mexico and are from Japan and who are from Singapore and Thailand and India. There's just, with all the different cultures out there, and everything's available to us these days. I'm learning new spices all the time. Remember, all spices and seasonings are allowed any day, any time. So we had somebody submitted a Turkish, I think it was a Turkish tea that has, again, a whole bunch of different spices, or maybe it was Turkish yogurt. But again, a whole set of spices that she uses on a dairy day that I would never think to do that, but it was very standard for her culture. So we have lots of interesting things, and there's so many interesting options out there, many of which we didn't even think of yet. So don't be afraid to experiment. And when in doubt about an ingredient, just call, email, or text and check in with us before using it if you're unsure. Always better safe than sorry, because we are based in chemistry, not calories. So when in doubt, ask. Always our pleasure if we don't know it. And sometimes I don't know it, or somebody on the team hasn't heard of it. Like when Singota flour came up for the first time, I had no idea what my client was talking about. But I spent the time and I researched it. And the great news was the answer was yes. And now we all get to enjoy it. So again, if something is just an unknown, it doesn't mean it's a no. It just means we need more information. And very often it will be a yes, and everyone can enjoy. So again, keep that information and those questions coming our way. What will happen if I don't finish all my milk? Nothing. It's okay. Some days we're just busy, or again, the acupressure is suppressing your appetite. And if you're keeping properly hydrated, sometimes you just don't want to finish all your allotment on the dairy days or the vegetable days. You don't have to. Now, do keep in mind on our milk days, and I'll say dairy alternative, the milks are our protein source. So overall, we do want to be finishing most of it. But if for 1 or 2 days you don't, that's okay. You're not hurting yourself. And that's the most important thing to know. You're not hurting yourself. But in the long run, if we don't get enough protein, muscle is from protein, and we don't want our body burning muscle. We just want to go, and I got to bring it out again because it's my favorite. We just want to be burning the fat, right? We don't want to burn the muscle. So again, a day or two here or there, it's not going to hurt you. But overall, you do want to work towards at least half, ideally at least 3/4 of your dairy allotment to ensure you're getting adequate protein. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. How long does it take for my clothes to start fitting better? Well, the answer is it depends. And I'll say that because in the first 2 days of starting the program, you're going to lose water weight. You're going to lose excess bloat. So if you're carrying excess water around your middle, you're going to notice in the first 2 days that your clothes are fitting better. But if you're not excessively bloated, that's not going to happen right away. By day 3 in the program, we are burning fat. We do lose body fat and we lose weight from the top down. I'll be honest, I don't know why. I know it's a physiologic fact. I don't know why, but we do lose weight top down. So we're going to notice it first in the face. Then it's going to move down. We'll notice like a clavicle and seeing little bones. For women, you're going to notice that the strap on your bra, you may be bringing it in a hook. For men, it a little more quickly goes down to the belly. So usually I'd say maybe not so much in the first week unless you're carrying a lot of bloat, but usually you'll start to see a little loosening in the clothing by the end of the second week, and definitely into week 3. You will feel a significant change in your clothing. It can happen faster than that. We're all a little different, and we're all here for different reasons. We work on the 2-week detox with clients who want to lose less than 15 pounds. Some people come in not even to lose weight, they just want to detox, or they want to lose 5 to 7. We also work with people who want to lose 200-300 pounds. So there's the whole gamut of you. We're here for you because your plight or how you're feeling is your issue, and we are here to support you regardless of the amount of weight that you need to lose. But that variable will have a big impact to how quickly you're going to feel it in your clothing, because obviously somebody who needs to lose 100 pounds or more is going to feel an impact a little more quickly than somebody who needs to lose 7 pounds. So keep that in mind too. But if you're not feeling right in your own body, or your energy isn't where it should be, you're going to get just as great an energy boost within that first 10 days. And that's why our 2-week detox is there, to help people who want to just cleanse out and get their energy. And that's where the tune-up weeks and the 2-week detox are so valuable, is just to get a really quick reset to the digestive system and re-energize the body and feel awesome. So hopefully I just answered your question. Why is stabilization so important? Well, the best way, I like to use analogies. We have a weight set point. We have a little body thermostat in our brain that tells our body how much to weigh. And I think I talked about it in the online orientation that, we have this body thermostat. So if you think of it, I always say, let's say we set a room thermostat to 72. It's the middle of winter. We open a window. In comes the cold air. And the thermostat kicks in, turns on the heat, and the room goes back to 72. It doesn't matter how many times you open the window, as long as the thermostat is set at 72, the room is going to return to 72. But if you lower the thermostat to 68 and you open the window, now the thermostat will only bring the room's temperature back to 68, not to 72, because that's where the thermostat is set. So our weight set point, our body thermostat, is in our hypothalamus. And the acupressure, the hypothesis is that the acupressure is talking to your hypothalamus. We know it is suppressing your appetite. We know it's protecting your metabolism. And it's a factor of time while you're on the AccuWeight Loss program and you're dropping the fat. As a factor of time, your weight set point's turning down, which is really exciting. That doesn't happen very often. So now the weight set point is lowering, and it's going from 72 to 68 to maybe 62. But if we don't stabilize, so we finish our weight loss phase, and remember, we're based in chemistry, not calories. So when you leave the program and you go back to regular eating, number one, we don't want to have shock to the kidney and liver. Those are our filtration systems. So we want to do it slowly for body benefit. But I say that weight set point, that body thermostat, it's like wet cement. If we just laid a sidewalk outside, again, I'm in Times Square, so if they just put a new sidewalk out, if you walk on it too soon, you're just going to get footprints, right? You've destroyed this beautiful new layout. But if you let the cement set, and that takes time, then you're able to walk all over the sidewalk for years to come. Well, same thing. We need time to slowly reintroduce the food, to let the body readapt. We've reset the digestive system. So we're going to slowly, over the weeks, it's usually a minimum of 4 weeks, we're going to reintroduce all your other foods back to your diet. And we're going to find out your body's tolerance Are there food sensitivities? How does your body react or respond to certain foods? And what quantities actually are a serving for your body? Because we're all a little different. So we react and respond different ways to our foods. So we take our time, a minimum of 4 weeks, to slowly reintroduce our foods. And while we're doing that, the weight set point is setting. It's like the wet cement. It's hardening, and it's starting to take play, and it's starting to learn to stay where it is with the food back in your diet. So when we finish the stabilization process, which again is introducing all other foods back to your diet when you're done with weight loss, when we've introduced all the food and your scale is stable, we know the weight set point has set. We know we can start walking all over it without issue. But just like a sidewalk, sometimes there's a little crack. And as we know with a sidewalk, if you come with a little wet cement and a trowel and you fill in that crack, it's as if nothing happened, and you can keep walking on it for years to come. So same thing. You have a weekend blowout. You go away for the weekend and you indulge. You drink a little too much, you have a little too much dessert, and the scale jumps up a little. You do a little maintenance work. When you graduate to maintenance, we give you some maintenance tools. So maximum of 1 to 2 days a week. If you follow the maintenance protocol as needed, you're filling in those cracks and the weight set point doesn't change. But just like that sidewalk that gets a little crack in it, if you don't pay attention to it, over time, the sidewalk, well, it's going to rain, and eventually that rain will freeze, and now that little crack has turned into a giant pothole in the sidewalk. Well, the same thing. If you gain a little weight from a weekend blowout and you ignore it, and you don't do any maintenance work, and the scale's gone up a little bit, and time passes and you do nothing, over time your weight set point will turn up again, because you've trained your body into a new higher weight, and it's as if you turned up that body thermostat. So you can have a little weight gain and ignore it, and all that means is your weight set point turned up, and now you've got a new higher number. So the great part is, with a little bit of tune-up work as needed, 1 to 2 days, and again, only as needed, you'll actually close the gap on any weight gain and keep the weight set point set to the new number that you've created during your weight loss phase, and you'll be able to maintain for years to come. The great news is, for me, in October, that will be 14 years of maintenance. And I don't have to do that much maintenance work anymore, which is great. I've got the hang of it after all these years, but I do my tune-ups, and that gives me the liberty for the rest of the year to enjoy life and enjoy eating the way I want, and be able to, quote unquote, walk on my sidewalk all year long. I want to thank you again for being here with me this evening. It is my pleasure and privilege to be here to serve you. With great gratitude to all of you. I'm Barbara Schwartz, Chief Magic Maker at AccuWeight Loss, The Beat Diet, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.